Hello lads and lasses and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about our brand new potential signing. It's all but confirmed. Lewis Hall is coming into the club, so we're going to chat a little bit about him, going to chat about what the deal's worth, how he's played in the past, positions he's played, all that kind of jazz. Before we get into any of that though, we are trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the year. We are not too far away. We are, I believe, 48 subscribers away. And we have about 3.5 months to do so. So if you want to help out in that, go down below, hit that subscribe button. While you're down there, hit that like, turn those notifications on. Without further ado, let's get into this, shall we? So Lewis Hall is confirmed to be on his way to Tyneside. Finally, we heard about this months ago. We didn't think it was going to happen because we didn't have money. And now we have money to be able to pay for him. So I believe he is coming up for his medical, which is either being done this afternoon or tomorrow. So he will be announced within the next 48, 72 hours or so, which is really good. I don't think he'll play against City, of course. That would be mental, as it's Thursday and we play on Saturday. So it'll probably be announced either on Saturday or they'll leave it, announce it on Sunday. That's my thinking. But in the past, he has played some Premier League games. Now, we'll talk about last season first, and then we'll talk about in general over his Chelsea career, because that's all he's only been at Chelsea. But he was a Newcastle lad growing up, so he has that little connection there. Obviously, his brother plays for Solihull Moors, I think it is. Both Newcastle fans. Their dad's a Newcastle fan, their granddad's a Newcastle fan. Don't know about the women in their life. Maybe the women enjoy football as well. Who knows? Anyway, so last season he played 9 Premier League games. One of them was against Newcastle. He did look to impress. He's pretty decent looking young player. I say decent, he's a very good looking young player. Not facially, I mean in his football he's very good. He can cross a ball, which is something we've struggled for in left back. He can also attack with the ball, which is good, because that's something we're missing with Dan Burn. We don't get that. Attacking prowess. You just get a massive man. But, you know, we can now move him on over into the defence. We don't have to watch Dan Burn play centre-back anymore, which, personally, I think is fantastic. I think watching Dan Burn play centre-back has set my life back by at least 10 years. I'm gonna die 10 years early out watching that man play left back week in, week out, because he wasn't barred by any stretch of the imagination in all of the games, but it was awful to watch because you didn't have a clue what was going to happen next. It's like a giraffe roller skating. That's what he looked like. You didn't know what was going to happen. Was he going to fall down and break his neck and have to be put down like a racehorse? Probably. That could have happened. I wouldn't have been surprised if it did. But now we've got Lewis Hall there. Fantastic stuff. 18 years old. So as I said, yeah, he's played 9 games in the Premier League. He got 1 singular yellow card, so well done to him. He's played most of his football for the under 23s, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the under 23s. Under 21s. I was close. 2 years off. Anyways. He played 18 games for the under-21s in the Premier League 2 last season. Got 3 goals and 4 assists. So that's personally, I would say that's really good for a left back. He's also played in the UEFA Youth League. He played 3 games in the EFL Trophy. He played a game in the FA Cup, a game in the EFL Cup, and 1 singular game in the under-18s Premier League. Because of course he is still only 18. Still a very, very young lad. Now, he has played all over the park, so he's not just played as a left-back. Over his entire career at Chelsea, he's played, we'll run through this quickly, 34 games in the Premier League 2, 18 games in the Under-18 Premier League, 12 games in the UEFA Youth League, 9 Premier League games, 5 EFL Trophy games, 5 FA Youth Cup games, 2 FA Cup games, 1 EFL Cup, and no Champions League. So he doesn't have Champions League experience, but he is still very, 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 very young. And I'm sure he will get that in no time at all. So positionally, can play as a left back. Predominantly, over his time at Chelsea, has played as a centre mid and left mid. I do think we'll use him as a left back. He wants to come to the club. He knows we don't need centre mids. We play with more of a winger. He's played there before a tiny little bit, but I'm sure he knows, and I'm sure he would want to play left back for this club. Quite an attacking role for him. He gets a little bit of freedom in a sense of how he gets to play. It's fantastic. It's great. It's a great signing. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a doubter. I would be lying if I said I thought he was going to come to the club. Didn't think that at all. I thought we were going to miss out because he was going to be 60, 70 mil because he's 18. But no, somehow we've wangled it down to 28 plus add-ons. It could be somewhere more on 30 plus add-ons. But it's in that region of those two figures. Yesterday, we were told it was going to be a loan to buy. Today, we are being told it is an outright purchase, which is fantastic news. It's really what we would prefer. We don't want to be loaning them in with an obligation to buy. I mean, we could. It will help our financial situation a bit better. But I think if we buy him, it means we can still sign a right-sided centre-back. I don't think Fabian Shaw and Jamal Lascelles is the answer to what we need this season, going into the season, Champions League football. I do think we'll now get one on loan if we do bring one in. Eddie Howe said he was only bringing in the one more player, so I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see one come in. I would prefer if we did see, though, just to give us that little bit of reassurance. Great transfer window, 8, 9 out of 10. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10 this transfer window so far. If we could bring in that right-sided centre-back, I think we've got a 10 out of 10 transfer window. So it's great news for us. Lewis Hall on the way in. Expected to be announced within the week. That's all from me for today. That's all I've got for you. Thank you for coming along. As I said at the top of the video, we're trying to hit 200 subscribers. Head down below, hit that subscribe button, like button, notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Tomorrow, I will have a video on my predictions for the City game, because it is on Saturday, that game, isn't it? 8 o'clock? Yes, it is. There we go. So I'll have my predictions out tomorrow at some point. So until then, in a bit, pal.